Hello everyone, and welcome to the Chicago Motor Speedway for race number 17 of 29 in the NASCAR Excel Energies Cup Series Season number 1. The championship push has begun. Patrick Smith lost a large chunk of his massive points lead after Watkins Glen. It's only 200 points separating him and TJ Hanley. The actual number probably around 206, but that is a gappable margin. The max points is 300 if you win the race. So Hanley, if Smith finishes bad enough and Hanley gets a good run, we may see a new points leader. But the Chicago Cup is officially in full swing with the first of 3 NASCAR Excel Energy Cup Series races. And after this one, there will be 4 more 2 full weekends here in the Chicagoland area. Take your field of 40 here today at CMS. On the pole, the 18 of Noah Breeze, a shock pole for this 18 team. They have been struggling with funds all season long. Nice to see them out front. We have Yari Mahdi Hapaline into his outside. And we had Zachary Fitzwater, the defending last week's winner, He has 2 wins on the season at some fairly large tracks. Can he get one here on a short oval? Cody Smart to his inside. Then it's Jay Jefferson, Danica Matthew, Gabriel Durand, Austin Delgado, Julio Caesar, and Patrick Smith. Hanley might not be getting this points lead after all, with Smith starting up here in the top half. And it's Logan Cloud, Preston Emmons, Eric Darnell, Robbie Webb, Brandon Morris, Kev Shear, Cody Savage, Trey Fisher. Then it's the 28 Zachary Bilson, and a late threat here coming up through the standings. Brady Burkhardt, is he going to make a late season charge and try and win this thing? And it's Eli Bright, Antoine Smith, Matthew Town, Nick Bergwald, Teddy Kari returning after his injury at Ontario, trying to make some moves and just finish this race and not get hurt again in that 34 car. Dane Cruz on his inside. Then it's Hector Carneros, James Busher, Jacob Rose, and all the way back here is TJ Hanley. Then it's Austin Terrio, Tib Foster, Logan Bradley, Dylan Jacobs, Dragos King, and here's another one to focus on. Third in points, surprisingly, is Dominic Carlone, and he's even further back. This is not going to help the twos bid for the championship. Final 4 spots go to Noah Robb, Nick Perez, Skylar Dixon, and Taylor Fry. Let's get the command here for the Wilton 325 from Chicago Motor Speedway.
Drivers, start your engines.
And the field will roar to life here on the backstretch. The Chicago Motor Speedway was formerly a horse racing track, sportsman's park, still used occasionally for horse racing. They paved the apron with dirt, as you see in the background. Right along the backstretch is the front stretch of another horse track, the Hawthorne Race Course. But at this 1 mile oval, it's a fairly flat course, could be tricky, but 50 laps of racing. Hopefully we see some good battling here. Chicago Motor Speedway, the Wilton 325, and the first of 3 races for the Cup Series version of the Chicago Cup is green. Fairly organized into turns 1 and 2. The outside lines really spreading out. Look at this. Danica Matthew being chased up 3 wide by Austin Delgado here in the mid-ground, but the top 3 are trying to pull away here out early on. We look back. We got guys 3 wide back here. Brandon Morris really muscling Eric Darnell. Darnell nearly gets into point leader Patrick Smith, but backs off, and no problems so far. To the 18 Noah Breeze, he is leading it all the way up the track is Jay Jefferson, and he's trying not to get run over back here with Durand and Cloud as well, following Jefferson and overdriving the corner and really shooting their race cars up through turn 1 and 2. 1 and 2 seems to be the tricky spot. 3 and 4 they are able to navigate fairly easier. Coming off, Jefferson now trying to go around the outside of Julio Caesar. Can't get anything done. Ooh, Robbie Webb really chased up the track. I think that was the 55 of Brandon Morris who shot him up there. But like I said, even with this aggressive racing, 3 wide back through the field, it's all clean. No, Morris! Does Morris have an issue? He's coming down. He's coming on a pit road, the 55. I don't know if this is strategy or does he have a problem. Morris will crawl down the pit lane at 45 miles an hour. We look back to the front. Noah Breeze has not been able to gap the lead, as Happalainen still chasing him down in the number 27. Cody Smart in 3rd, Danica Matthew 4th, and Zachary Fitzwater 5th. And it's Delgado, Caesar, Durand, Jefferson, and Logan Cloud. 3 wide back here. Eli Bright stuck in the middle. I'm going to say this a lot this race, but our points leader, Patrick Smith, now on the 3rd line, losing spots. Let's take a look. See where Hanley and Carlone sit. They're still hanging out in the back. Carlone actually sits last on the lead lap. Oh boy, the championship's gonna look a lot different after this, with Hanley and Carlone having some poor runs. Morris still on pit road, it appears. So far, Noah Breeze still running strong out front, but that 27 right on his back bumper. And he's been there all race. But Austin Delgado, the 39, has a poor 1 and 2. Fitzwater will gain time on him, and Durand, she's hunting down Julio Caesar. This is for 7th. No move into 3 and 4. Trying to make him maybe a late entry. And here's Trey Fisher chasing Logan Cloud up the track through turn number 4. Seems to be, if you're on the way bottom, you can really muscle a car up in 3 and 4 using that inside line. And then Cloud leaves the door swinging open and loses a bunch of time to him. Looking back, the 27's still there, but he may be just biding his time until pit stops. We will see pit stops in this race. What will this 27 car do before the end of it? Brandon Morris in that 55. Issues still not resolved. We're hearing it may have been a battery issue on the 55, which has taken him out of competitive contention so far. But after going many laps down, it may be game over for the 55. We're going to go on board the number 27 as he tries to hunt down race leader Noah Breeze. So far, nothing, but you see the gap forming. These top 2 have broken away. Cody Smart, that car might be going away from him in that 66, but give it to Breeze Sport Unlimited. Limited funding with AMD's Verizon brand confirmed to be pulling out. Richie's Chicken just trying to keep that 18 alive on a race per race deal. This team may not make it to Season 2. They don't have any confirmed entries. Noah Breeze trying to put some part-time deal together. Unknown manufacturer or anything. But a win will help keep this team afloat for the rest of the season. Matthew in the 3rd. Fitzwater trying to get back where he started in that 4th position. Working underneath the 66. And up the track, Delgado. All the way into the gray. He's going to lose spots to the 4 and the 26. 38, Jay Jefferson trying to get there. Can't quite do it. Into the corner. Nearly squeezed to the middle with Durand there. That was nearly a bit too sketchy. But they're able to make it work. And Jefferson has been caught by the 32 of Fisher. Morris still on pit road. He may have just gotten out of this car at this point. I don't think that issue is going to be resolved. Lap 13 of 50 in the book so far. Fastest lap does go to Gabriel Durand. Pole sitter Noah Breeze with the 10th quickest time. Let's take a look back, see where our points boys are running. Patrick Smith having a good run in 15th. Will help gain him some points, obviously, on the 0-8 and the 2. But the 2, Carlone's been carving his way up through the field. He was last probably just about 8 or so laps ago, and he's all the way up to 28, so he's made up about 10 spots. Hanley sitting in 32nd. Better than last. That's where Skylar Dixon sits. Then again, that's where Dixon's been running a lot this season. No move out of the 27 yet. I am very surprised. Happalainen, known for his aggression at some points. Normally, judging by his previous races, he would have made a move by now, but still comfortably biding his time, and he looks like he's going to lose some time through that corner. Sliding up, not riding the paint on the bottom. See Austin Delgado getting passed, as well as Jake Jefferson. He's going to get passed by his teammate, Freddie Burkhardt, and fellow Toyota Kev Shearer here. Coming to turn 3. Now, Burkhardt stays the outside, but that's just going to give Patrick Smith more points, and that's not going to help Burkhardt or Jefferson any on their quest for the championship. There's Talladega winner Dane Cruz having a decent run in 17th as the JJ Motorsports guys go way up the track. Cruz will be moving to a one-car team next season, Rudd Racing, taking the number 46 with them. His sponsor, rumored to be DeKalb Corn Products. Interesting to see that as Winn-Dixie Coca-Cola possibly pulling out, but Coca-Cola may be leaving sponsorship of a car. They do sponsor the 46 and the 81, who sits right behind that, right behind the 09, the 46. They may be trying to start a racing family per sorts, the Coca-Cola Racing Family. Will we see that in Season 2? Yet to be seen, but it is a possibility. But look at this group of cars now. Cruz, Burkhardt, and you got Eli Bright mixing up here, the rookie. A Qualcomm standout, getting a lot of seat time here in the Cup Series with Matthew Eaves being injured at the wild race that was Talladega. Bright moving to the 99 Mazda, with Power Tool Racing confirming that they will be leaving Ford after the season, going to Mazdas. 09 will be Matthew Eaves, the 28 Zachary Bilson, but there will be a 99, and Eli Bright will be driving that full time. New Shade Industries is also looking into a part-time Cup Series team, as the future of the Qualcomm Series currently unknown. Many critics are saying that Qualcomm's pulling out of their sponsorship and that the second-tier series may not be running next season. I have more word on that when it comes out, but Happalainen has bought his time back. He's right back to the back bumper of Noah Breeze. We're already 2/5 of the race through as we cross into lap 20 of 50 here in the Wilton 325. Let's go on board for a lap or two with Noah Breeze. He's got the visor cam this week. And you notice, because this course is fairly short, they're topping out at about 165 on the straightaways, that they have a very short fourth gear, and that means they nearly peak their revs at the end of the straightaway. So, interesting tactics, but this strategy allows them to carry a lot of speed through the corners and off of it. And shifting during practice proved to be ineffective for all these competitors. Breeze seemed to be up the track that time on corner entry, but it's not gonna matter. Look at this, Happalainen has slipped away, and here comes Matthew in the 60. While we're on board with the 18, we missed the fall off of the 27. Maybe he's used up his tires, but he's going to slot comfortably into third here in front of the 59 of Fitzwater, who sends it up the track and down. We're going to see pit stops here on lap number 23, but I'm worried with these guys coming down on lap 23. Will they make it to the end? It's yet to be seen. Who's coming down? The 18, the 59, and the 26. 38, 0, 14, 24, 34, 15. So it looks like probably about a third of the field. And that means Matthew led a lap, but will we see anybody else stay out this time by? It's not looking like it. Nobody really risking it. Maybe the 05. No, it's going to be the 86, Jacob Rose. Pulling out, staying out. Banking on a caution, which he probably won't get, excuse me. This 86, the only one to stay out, and pit road is bound to get busy here. It's like for the guys that got out first, it's the 18 and the 59. 26 way off the back, and then the 38 and the 0. So we're going to see a lot of this field spreading out over this as Rose pits in his very colorful 86. Really running up onto the racetrack. That could have been bad, but everyone else coming out after their 4 tires and fuel. And Fitzwater looking low. Could he be thinking about a move for the race lead here on arguably the out lap? Can't quite do it. But these two are going to beat the 60 off. The 4 as well. Where's the 27? He's all the way back here. Happalainen loses time on the stop. There's Patrick Smith and everybody else coming out. Hanley's actually gotten ahead of Carl alone through the cycle. Jacob Rose is down, and he's really not going to gain anything. Skylar Dixon. I think Dixon is actually going to be lapped. Huh. Surprising, but the 12 must have the 12 actually has damage on the left side of his car. Let's get a replay and see what happened to Skylar. Oh, this damage is from a while back, it seems. Been here, lap 7. What happened to the 12 car of Skylar Dixon? Oh, these guys are trying to go 5 wide. Busher got loose, and the 12 got turned, sent into the inside wall. And everybody kept it clean, so he had no caution. Wow. But yeah, that damage has cost Dixon some time on pit road. Gonna put him a lap down. But now, it's a 2-man battle here at the front. The 18 and the 59. Just past halfway after the pit cycle. But the catch is, will they make it on fuel? They have a caution, they likely will. Or will they come down, get more tires? Take a look. How far did the 27 fall? 13th. And Jacob Rose staying out. The overcut has benefited the 86. He's up to 14th. Any quicker times than we've seen earlier in the race? Nope. Durant still has it. And here comes the pass for lead. Fitzwater underneath Breeze. And the 59 go back-to-back. No! Breeze a big block into turn 1 and 2. Holds back the Australian. Down the back straight away into turn 3. We've seen moves in the middle of 3 and 4. And the 59 do anything. He's not really down far enough on the track to get past him. Gonna stay behind the 18, keeping his patience. He knows he doesn't want to be caught out and passed back for the lead. We're gonna go through the field here. From the Chicago Motor Speedway, see where you or your favorite driver are running. Here's we're just past halfway in this race. Patrick Smith sits 22nd. Hanley, this is gonna help him gain. He's in 27th. That's only a 5 place difference. Gonna keep the margin down. There's Carlone sitting in 31st. That's gonna bite him out. Boy, we want to talk about miserable seasons. Tim Foster, he has not been talked about at all, it seems, and he's back in 37th. Carneris, way off the pace, 38th. The 18 and the 59 once again. And we got 4th and 5th running up here. Duran, the only driver not to have a top 5 or top 10 this season. Looks like she's going to get one here with a strong run. Sits 4th, Caesar 5th. These two have not had the best of seasons. And Trey Fisher, who nearly won that crazy race in Phoenix after the big pile-up of Patrick Smith, crossed the line on pit road before Fisher could lap under caution. It seemed to be his only strong run this season is number 32, Dollar General Camaro. Looks like Jacob Rose could lose out to Teddy Kari in his return race. Kari, one of the many drivers from the Chicago area, trying to get something done here in the number 34. 34 supposedly been cursed this season, obviously with the injuries to Kari and the gruesome wreck that happened to Sam Picard. But we're hearing word that Sam Picard is planning on being at the race in the Meadowlands, possibly serving as Grand Marshal, but that is yet to be seen. As it's just a rumor for now, folks. I know you guys are... There's a lot of Sam Picard fans out there, and I'm really excited for his debut, and then obviously that wreck happened. It's a shame, but... We checked his recovery process on his social media. He has been doing better, and his goal is to get back in one of these cars next season. It wouldn't be a full-time deal, but to see him race again just a year after his terrible accident would be a testament to the safety of these cars. But, once again, looking back up front, the 59 of Fitzwater's fallen back. Nearly a second gap separates him and the 18. I don't know what happened. He must have got loose into a corner or something. But he gained a 10th back that lap, so Fitzwater might be reeling the 18 back in. Far everybody else holding station back here in the top 10. Let's give a nod to Cody Smart sitting in 10th, the highest running driver who's not really running the full season, you could say. Doing a good job in the 66. Both Free Sport Unlimited cars are in the top 10. Like I mentioned, that's really going to help the team in their struggling funds. Jacob Rose and Teddy Kari still side by side. They've been side by side for a couple laps now. Seeing a pretty good battle here, as well as Dane Cruz. Preston Emmons not too far back. But Jiffy Lube possibly not returning to the 34 next season. I know there's a lot of talk about next season, as basically with the second half of the season marching in, there's a lot of silly season talk brought up already. Yeah, Jiffy Lube possibly leaving that 34. As Kari is losing 2 teammates this offseason. Carneris and Perez are going to Chang Racing in full-time non-locked-in rides. Kari and the 34 will be locked in. Boy, Kev Shear got up the track. We're going to see 3 wide here. The 2 teammates possibly mixing it up. The 28 and 09, Bilson and Bright. Bright is the nickname Shade is given to Matthew Eves. But yeah, Bright is Shade's driver. But Bright hasn't done a lot to impress Bilson so far. Racing him clean here may help his case. And with Wilson being the team owner, Bright may get some extra help benefits in the equipment department next season if he proves himself worthy here for the rest of the season. Bright actually had a good shot at his Cup Series debut at Michigan, but fortunately had a bad pit stop, and it cost him everything. I believe it set him a lap down. Finished a lap down at Motegi as well before his engine blew. Again, bad pit calling by the 09. Team who are probably just a little broken in spirit. They're losing their driver due to injury. Inside of this big group, we got the top 10 basically all spread out, but Logan Cloud thinking about a move on Brady Burkhart. These two are the 2 players throughout the North Wilkesboro race, which was arguably Some fans even called it a demolition derby, to be honest, as that wreck saw a lot of caution, a lot of carnage. 2 flips on a 5/8 mile oval. You don't see that every day, but these 2 fan favorites as well, just playing it clean, biding their time here, trying to get 2 good top 10 points day finishes. Now, guess who's caught back the 18? Zachary Fitzwater trying to make a late race charge here in the Wilton 325. We're going to go on board the Australian, listen in to his late race battle on the dominant car all day, the 18. Breeze left the door open into turn 3. Fitzy could have stuck it under him, couldn't do it. Will he have the run down the straight? Fitzwater seems to get him into the corners, but Breeze has the car coming out. That might be the factor on who wins this race. And he used the momentum that time into 3 and 4. Zachary Fitzwater trying to get his 3rd win of the season and 2nd in a row. He's underneath the 18 of Noah Breeze, coming into turn 1 and 2. Who's gonna have the advantage? It's a 1-groove track through 1 and 2, and it's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. out front in the number 59. He's had a storied career across many a racing league, but now in the NASCAR Cell Energy Cup Series, he's trying to have a strong one here. Trying to get his 3rd win of the season, and he's got 5 more laps in the Wilton 325 to do it. And Skylar Dixon and Noah Breeze, these 2 have been a common driver here. Common drivers in the back of the field, you could say, as Dixon and Breeze have not had the best of seasons, but maybe just working on an old rivalry, as Dixon may have given the bumper to the 18, and now Breeze is slipping. The car giving away, as now Matthew in the 60, who's had a miserable season as well, doesn't have a ride for next season, trying to take 2nd from him. And Brandon Morris will still be credited with the finish, as the car was never pushed back to the garage. It just sat on pit road. And we're going to see stops. These guys can't make it to the end. We feared this, and our fears have come true. The 18 and the 26. And everybody will come down with under 5 laps to go. This race is going to come down to pit road. Will these guys take 4 tires? Will these guys take fuel only? Will Jacob Rose, who stayed out for a while, end up having the fuel to get to the finish? You watch Noah Breeze dive into the first stall. What does he do? Is it fuel only? It's fuel only out of the 18 and everybody else. But it's a slow stop. It's a slow stop. Durand! Gabriel Durand is going to jump him. Durand gets the fuel in faster. Trouble on the 18 pits. And Noah Breeze's crew may have just cost him the race. Now we're going to watch the 59 of Zachary Fitzwater. What does he do on pit road? It's going to be a fuel-only stop for everybody. Does he get out clean? The 27, they're going to get into each other. The 59 has damage as the 27 runs into him trying to get into his box. 2 dramatic storylines here. And who gets the run off? Fitzwater. Fitzwater's gone. It's going to be no contest for the 59. Fisher and Durand are going to battle for 2nd. And even with the miscue coming out of his box, Fitzwater will have no competition. Unless, where is Jacob Rose? Jacob Rose has not pit. Jacob Rose has not pit. And he just saw the checkered flag. Oh, man. That's my fault. We missed it. But Jacob Rose played the strategy right. He stayed out. And sure enough, Fitzwater thought he won the battle, but in turn, it was the 86. The only man to make it one stop here, and the Purdue car goes to victory lane in the Wilton 325. Fuel mileage sure played an interesting one here, as Noah Breeze slips to 8th after having the best car all day at Chicago Motor Speedway. Boy, what a surprise that was, Jacob Rose being able to make it. But there are your results. Patrick Smith finishes on a lead lap with a 16th place run. Fitzwater does not get his 3rd win of the season. And the rest of your results are here. And out of all that, let's take a look at your laps led breakdown. Noah Breeze with 40, Trey Fisher with 1, Julio Caesar with 1, then Fitzwater and Rose with 4 each. But Jacob led only the last 4, and it helped in the end, as it got him the win on fuel mileage. But now the points. Where does everybody sit after that? It's Patrick Smith. The 60-point gain. He's up to 262 points, gapping TJ Hanley. Brady Burkhardt continuing his mid-season march. He's up to 3rd, but he's 323 back. Carlone slips to 4th. And Jay Jefferson, with no top 5s on the season, is 5th. What an incredible run that would be on pure consistency if he could get this all. Fitzwater has put himself in a championship contention. He's up to 6th. Robbie Webb in 10th. Preston Emmons trying to get a late season charge, and he's up to 11th. Logan Cloud gained 6th. He's up to 13th. They're having a miserable start to the year. Cloud trying to prove himself a factor late. Fisher up 5. Happelainen up 4. Jacob Rose up 6 after that. And Carneris, Jacobs fall. Brandon Morris with a dismal run. He slipped 6 spots. Duran with her first top 5 and top 10 of the season. She's up to 27th. And Noah Breeze, 35th. He's over 1,000 points back. But nonetheless, a good run is what he needed out of that 18 car. And Eli Bright obviously now pulls ahead of Austin Murray, as Murray did not start the race. That's going to do it from the Chicago Motor Speedway. Thank you guys for watching. Let you guys listen in to the victory results screen to end it off from Chicago Motor Speedway. Next weekend is part 2 of the Chicago Cup here from Meadowdale.